So how long's like the desire to direct been there for you? How long have you wanted to kind of jump in?
It's been knocking around for a while, I suppose. Last sort of 10 years. Jason Fleming's an old mate of mine, and we got to a point where it was kind of like, hey, we should do something. You know, we should get our own film going. And he was like, yeah, I'll produce it, and you direct it, or we can both produce it. And we kind of knocked around various different ideas, but one of us would always get a job, or both of us would always be working. We never really got anything going. And then I was doing a TV series which finished, and I was sort of in between jobs, and Fleming was off doing, I don't know, Benjamin Button probably, I think. And so I was like, okay, I'll write a film, and started talking to a writer friend of mine and knocking it about. And then I met Sam Tromans, the producer, and Tim Cole. She brought in her partner, and they seemed to get the money from somewhere, not quite sure where. And the opportunity just sort of moved on further and further, and I just got the bit in my teeth really, and went for it.
Obviously you worked in like TV and movies for a while.
Yeah.
Any sort of directors that you admired when you were kind of working that you maybe took bits from?
I suppose I probably gleaned a lot from a lot of them over that period, you know. I mean, one guy that I did work with is an old man called Franklin Schaffner. He was old when I worked with him, but he directed Papillon and Boys from Brazil and Planet of the Apes, you know, the first version of Planet of the Apes. So he was a fairly accomplished old dude. So I was lucky enough to be around people like that as I was working, and Hugh Hudson is another great English director who I was lucky enough to work with, but I suppose you glean something from all of them one way or another, and collectively that becomes your take or your way of operating as a director. So yeah, I've been very lucky. But conversely, you know, the bad directors as well, you can learn as much from, because you think, okay, I'm not going to do that, or you know, are they really telling the story?
I've got to ask you about Charlie's paper airplanes. Was that real? There was no CGI special effects. That was his actual. That is pretty impressive.
That's Charlie's paper aeroplane, from his very hands all the way to the time it lands. I was absolutely adamant that that's what we were going to do. You know, there was discussions of CGIs and all that sort of stuff, and it came up that if we don't get it, we could do that. But I was very particular that I wanted to be able to see that plane come out of his hand and fly as far as it could possibly go. There were a lot of paper aeroplanes that went off that balcony over several different days. That was the best shot we got. It's just an amazing piece of operating, and it's real, because if it was CGI, that plane would just stay in the middle of the frame the whole time, and we would lose the reality of it. The fact is that it's really hard to catch. You know, it moves around the frame in lots of different places, and then eventually finds where it lands. And so no, I was adamant that was a real thing, and there's no CGI in the film. There's one very small bit, but I'm not revealing what it is. But it's not the paper aeroplane.
Basically, your first time director, acting moving to directing. I've got a list of films here.
Yeah.
I wonder if you can name the director.
Okay.
So Dances with Wolves.
It's Kevin Costner.
Yes. Well done. Play Misty for Me.
Did Eastwood direct that?
Yes.
Well, it's his first film that he directed.
First director, yeah.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
We've got Gone Baby Gone.
Gone Baby Gone. Don't know that film.
That is Ben Affleck's first film.
Is it?
Yes.
Is it?
It's a very good film.
Okay, I don't doubt it. The town's not bad either.
Confessions of a Dangerous Mind.
Oh, Clooney's film.
Yes.
Right, good, because it's got Sam Rockwell, who I absolutely love as an actor. I think he's fantastic. He's one of my idols. It's great.
Yeah. And finally, this is a bit of a tricky one.
Yeah.
It's called Grand Theft Auto. Nothing to do with the game.
Nothing to do with the game.
Yeah.
Grand Theft Auto.
Back in the 70s.
Yeah, I was going to say it's a 70s film, isn't it? I'm trying to think of it. Who's in it, but it can't be like Burt Reynolds or something strange like that, is it? No, it's not. I don't know. Is it a Bridges?
It was Ron Howard.
Ron Howard?
Yeah, his first film, and he also starred in it.
He's in it as well, is he?
Days to Grand Theft Auto.
Well, there you go.
Fantastic.